What is going on, everybody? Um, in one of the videos recently, I talked about how this year I'm going to be collecting Hall of Fame relics, and I want to work on a post-war Hall of Fame relic set. Well, in the comments, there were several people commenting that, they really wanted to see how I set up a checklist and all of that. Well, I use Google Sheets for my checklist, and I use Google Sheets for several reasons. Um, the ability of Google Sheets, the power of it compared to Excel, I just prefer Google Sheets better. I know some people that do use Excel. Hey, it's what works for them. But I'm going to go through and show you how I set up Google Sheets. It seems like several people in the comments wanted to know how I set up Google Sheets. Now, I'm going to also say, you can see, oops, right there. I have not put the poster up yet. Working on that. I'm working on the bracketry, and I'm going to record that. So overwhelmingly, everyone said, move this desk, hang that poster up. So look for that in future videos. But this is one I really wanted to get out, especially with this is the beginning of the year. A lot of people have collecting goals and they want to set up their own checklists. And so I figured the best thing to do is to create a video and show you how I do these checklists. Now, first, I'm going to share my screen. You guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit. This is the first time I'm trying to do a full setup and use StreamYard to get this done. It's going to be a pretty long video, but I'm going to try to go a little more in depth than the video I did about 2 years ago using Google Sheets. I'm going to show you how to set up where you can do your totals, also where you can do your percentages. So it's going to be a much more in-depth video than the one I did several years ago. But at the end of this video, you can follow along and create your own Google Sheets. That's the point of it. Now, the relic set I'm going to be doing is the post-war Hall of Fame relic set. So, give you an example, like this Randy Johnson here from, I believe this 2003 Finest. It's a player, single player on the card, right there, Randy. And also, I've got the relic there. This is a pinstripe from when he played with Arizona. But more importantly, on the back, the authentication is what I'm going for. So, you guys that want to collect along, you're more than welcome to, and join along in this fun. Let me shut this phone down, because if not, it's going to get really annoying really fast. Okay. First, to get started, I'm not going to pull up my sheets. Let me share the screen. And I'm going to start right here from just plain old Google. So let me show you how quick and easy it is for you to pull up Google Sheets. Right here, you can see where my mouse is right below Google. We're going to go over here to now I could easily, yes, go right here and just go to it because I go to Google Sheets quite often. But go right over here to these 9 dots and click the Google Apps. Over here, it's got all the apps from Google. You can go to Google Drive and access Google Sheets, or you can just go right here, boom, straight to Google Sheets. So going to let this load in. And to me, this is part of the power of Google Sheets. This stuff is cloud stored. So you can see these are my Google Sheets checklists that I have done. Yeah, I have not talked about hardly anybody in these Google Sheets checklists of things that I've done. But to give you an example, let's go right here to Dave Winfield. Most people don't know I'm picking up Dave Winfield things. But you can see right here from the bar, it's loading in. I need to give my computer a little coffee this morning. But I've got the title here, and the title is up top. Total number of cards that I have are 33. The total cards for this complete run is 85. and my percentage complete is 38. Um, you can see over here, I'm collecting the tops cards. Uh, right in column in row 2, I've and under B, B2, I put my year. C2 is the make of the card. D2 is the card number, and E gives a description of the card. That's just how I do it. Also, whenever I get a card, you can see right here in row 4, I highlight it in yellow. And that's because it just stands out to me to let me know that I have the card. If I don't have the card, it's right there in white. And if I have the card coming, like I've gotten it ordered on eBay or from wherever, or someone sending it to me, then I highlight it a different color. Now, I have these first 2 rows frozen. So even if I scroll down like this, because this is frozen, it still shows the year, make, card number, and my description. So, for a good thing to show you what I'm talking about right here in row 43 and 44, the 1985 Donruss card number 651A, and there's a 651B. A is titled Two for the Title. It's Don Mattingly and Dave Winfield. It's a variation where it has yellow letters. Then the other one, 651B, the variation, it has white letters. So I can put in variations. I can put in everything in here. Like I said, these are ones that I have coming to me. But right here, these are my Donruss cards. And these are the Fleer cards. So, you can set this up however you want. But today, we're going to create the checklist for, let me go back here, just click Google Sheets Home. But you can create these checklists for any and everything that you want, like right here, which is my 61 Fleer set. You guys know I've been working on that set for a while. It's still loading in. And it's the same thing. I have a same basic pattern where I set up all of my Google Sheets, where my title is right here, Greats of the Game checklist, 24 cards, 24 total cards. That's the number of cards I have. My percentage complete, 15.48% complete on this set. The card number, player name, and the team. The reason it's team is because in 61 Fleer, you have a ton of different players from different teams. It's the way I wanted it set up. Now, also the way that this one is done, if I want to see a picture right there, these are all actually hot links. So I could go right there to Trading Card Database where I took the list from, and it will, boom, take me right to the card. You're going to see that in the way I set this up for this post-war Hall of Fame set. But it's basically the same thing. Right here in my little notes, right here for the Frank Baker, you can see I put a little annotation. I have that card in an SGC 8. And you can scroll through, and I can easily see what cards I need, what cards I don't need, especially if I'm at a show. And yes, I annotate because I do have several of these cards graded. So let's go back to the home page and let's get ready to start setting up our own one for a post-war Hall of Fame relic set. So, all right, everything's loaded in. We're going to start out with a blank spreadsheet. And this one is loading. My computer's running slow because I've got a lot of things running in the background that I did not want to close out. But that's fine. Come on, almost done, almost done. There you go. All right, it's an untitled spreadsheet. So right up here in the upper left, we're going to click on that. And we're going to call this, excuse me for 1 second. All right, sorry about that. But we're going to call this the H Hall of Fame You know what? Instead of Hall of Fame, let's call this post-war Hall of Fame relic checklist. Easy. Now I can hit enter or whatever, but I'm just going to click. You can see whenever you click to do something, it'll automatically go to saving, and then it's saved in Drive. Now, right here in column A1, I also want to put my title here. So I'm going to type in post-war Hall of Fame relic list. Now, if you noticed right above that, it also types it here. That's going to be very important later on that you know this. So I'm just going to right click, boom, that's done. And we're going to come on down here. Let's say well, first we got a couple other things we need to do. So let's open up another page. And I need to go back for a second just to make sure it is sharing this. Okay. And we're going to get our checklist from PSA. So I'm just going to go right to it because I've already looked this up before. But this is the PSA set registry. It's taking me directly to it. You could just go on PSA's website and then go into the set registries and then look for the Hall of Fame and the Baseball Hall of Fame. And boom, you'll find the post-war rookie set checklist. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to highlight it. So I'm going to left click and drag. You can see everything's lighting up in blue. And let's drop this all the way down because we're going to highlight this entire list. And okay. Oh, this messed up. Give me a second. I don't know why it messed up. That's okay. I didn't go all the way down to Phil Necro. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want it where it says issue. There we go. Let it run all the way down. Okay. And we're going to stop there and copy. So now we have this copied. I'm going to go over back here to my checklist, and I'm going to start right here at A5. I'm going to move over one place to B5. I'm going to click to highlight that, and then I'm going to paste it. Now, to do this, let me go back so I can explain this. You're going to left click to highlight it. With it highlighted and your mouse there, right click and click paste. Boom. There. Now it's pasted everything right there. So just going to click so you can see it's right there. Now we're going to do other things too. So I'm going to click right here in 4A and go over to view. It's in the right here where it says file, edit, view. Click view, then freeze. And because I have that cell highlighted, I'm going to freeze up to row 4. There. You can see this dark gray line appeared in here because it lets me know that I froze this. And right here in A1, I'm going to put have card. So have card is basically so that I know if I have one or not. Every time I get a card, I'm going to put a 1 in there. Now, here's the other thing that we're going to have to do. Let's go down here to where all of this is, where we had, highlighted and copied and pasted. Right here for the Ralph Kiner. When I click on it, remember I told you pay attention because right up here, it shows the cell I highlighted, and right beside effects, it's got 48 Bowman, 3 or 48 leaf. Okay, we're going to delete all of that. So we're going to have to click it up here and then backspace. Clear all of that out. All right, and that changed the whole thing. We're going to have to go here with Yogi Berra, and we're going to clear that one out. And actually, I'm going to have to do this with all of these. A lot of times I will get my lists from trading card database, and the advantage to using trading card database is you don't have to go through all of this. And because trading card database to me is a little easier. Now there is an advantage to using PSA and the PSA set registry things as opposed to trading card database. As you saw before when I was doing this, the trading card database one, it basically just put up a link. Sometimes you'll see a picture of the card, sometimes you don't. The advantage with using PSA, let me clear out Larry Doby, is when I hold it right here over Stan Musial, a lot of times if they have the picture of the card on file, let's go to Warren Spahn. A lot of times it will pop up here in the window. Yeah, like the 48 leaf Ralph Kiner. You can see it popped up right there in that window. So if you're doing a regular checklist, then, you know, it's absolutely probably the best way to go about it, I'm going to say. Let's get Campanella, Gil Hodges. I'm not going to bore you guys with going through all of these and getting these cleared out. I'm just going to do one or two more. One thing to make sure of when you're clearing this, see up here where it is, make sure your flashing spot for you deleting is right up against the name. You'll see why that's important very shortly. All right, this is the last one I'm going to do is Duke Snider. And we're going to get into more stuff. Okay. Now, here, I'm going to highlight this cell right here beside Yogi Berra. And you can see it's got a 6. I don't want this 6. I don't want this 38 or any of that. It's going to interfere. So I'm going to highlight right here, C. Come over here and click this. And go down to clear column. It's going to clear all of this stuff out of that column. Boom. Now you have a much cleaner looking presentation. And over here with D, where it's got the 2, the 4, I'm guessing that's the weights for the PSA set registry. We're basically going to do the same thing. Click in the row, click that row, bring the drop down menu, and we're going to clear this column. Okay, so we've got that done. We've got our list done. Now we want to know the total card. So I'm going to go over here to F. And let's do our total cards right here. We're going to use cell F2. Now, before I get into that, to complete this, go back to the PSA one, highlight. Remember, you started in B, so you have to copy and paste right here, starting at B55. So, and then you keep going and going and going. Right now, I'm just going to stop here. And this is important. Okay. Over here at F, there, scroll back up. Over here at F2, we want to know our total cards. So I'm going to type in here, total cards. Now, I'll know my total cards. And to know the total, we need to know how many cards there are. Okay, that's cool. So I'm highlighting row G right beside it, and we've got to do a formula. And these formulas are typically the same ones that are used in Excel. So if you know how to do Excel spreadsheets, this is nothing for you. So To know the total number, we've got to put in the formula. And the formula is going to be, oh, well, first we need to know where this is ending. And we are ending right here at cell 54. So we're going to highlight it, and we're going to go equals, parentheses, sum. Oops, sorry, messed up. Equals sum, parentheses, and then our beginning cell where we started at. And let me scroll up here. We started at cell A5. That's where we want to start counting. It's blank, but we want to start counting there. So we're going to put in A5 and double dot. Now we need to know where we wanted to end adding at. And we wanted to end at row 54. Actually, when I complete all of this, I need it to end at row 54. So that'll be, that's going to be column A, row 54. So that's A54. And then we're going to end and enter. There. Now it says name, but let me go up here and let's say I have a Yogi Berra. So I'm going to put a 1 in. Okay, enter. Ooh, I messed up. Unknown function in sum. Well. Let me double check this. Oh, I put sun and not sum. Backspace. Sum. There. Yeah. You've got to make sure you spell it right. And let's say I got a Stan Musial. So I'm going to add a 1 here. And then I picked up a Hal Newhouser. I'm going to add a 1 here. And I've got an early win. Let's add 1 there. Okay. Now you can see as I'm adding these 1s in for the cards, my total card number is changing. It's constantly adding the numbers that are inserted in column A. So, excuse me. And then now we need to change the colors of this because this is very blank. It's very blah. So I'm going to click this cell, total cards. I'm going to come up here to where it looks like it's pouring something, fill color. And let's do this bright green. And right here again with the 4, I'm going to do a bright green. There. Now that is highlighted so that when I come on here, it's easy to see. I'm going to go here to have card, and I'm also going to highlight this one in a bright green because all of these match. You can do this at the bottom of your list or wherever. I like it here, so even as if I'm scrolling through, I can still see the total number of cards that I've got. All right. Now, if let's say you trade a card with somebody, it's not a problem. Click this cell. You can put a 0 or you can backspace it to leave it blank. And there, it changed the number instantly because you only have 3. Now, when it comes to percentages, this is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to come back here right below total cards, and I'm going to come back 1 cell, and I'm going to put in total percentage complete. Because because now I want to know my total complete percentage of all the cards that I'm doing. I'm going to highlight this in yellow. Same thing. Click on the fill color. Let's go yellow. And right here, I'm going to do yellow again. There. Now, here's a little bit different. So, to know the total percentage, we're going to click here. And the percentage is a total number of the cards you have with the number of cards there times 100. It's divided over 100, I believe. Anyway, we're going to show you how to do this. First, we need to know the total number of cards here. So I'll show you how to do that too without making it a big mess. So highlight the cell. First thing we need to do is put equals for the formula. So we put in equals and then the bracket semicolon, the number of cards that I have. Well, I know that that total is already right here in G2, row 2, column G. So let's just put in G2 because that is already doing that for me. Then a forward slash and the total cards. Okay, so let's quickly bring up the calculator. Google Calc. Where in the? There it is. Sorry, guys, I'm doing this in the morning. So we already know we're starting at row 5 minus, and our last cell, I believe, is 50, what? 54. So minus 54, 49. All you have to do is just get your total one. So that's forward slash, and then we're going to put in 49 because it's 49 total cards. Then I'm going to end that. And right here at the end, we want to put in a star, which means multiply. So it's going to be shift, and right above your number 8 is going to be the asterisk. It's going to show up as a star. And then we need 100 because it has to do this times 100. And that's it. You can click enter to double check to make sure your formula is right. Go up here and look. It's equal parentheses G2 forward slash 49 end star 100. Okay. And boom. That's our percentage complete. We're going to highlight this in yellow so that this stands out also, and because it's a little different. There. Now, if you want to put your total cards down here, you can just click here, put in total cards, go back right here with the same formula. If you don't want to write the same formula, come up here, click this one, and just copy and paste it. So we'll just go through here, copy. I'm going to go back here and click this cell and paste. Boom. Done. And my total cards show up right there at the bottom. So if I wanted it there, I can do it there. But really, guys, that's about it. Oh, one other thing right here on this list, let's put in the player there. So we can add player. So now when we look at this, we'll know if I have the card, we'll know the player. Another great thing is click anywhere in this row, click this cell, because we're going to highlight this cell, and your drop down. There are a lot of players that are in the Hall of Fame, and it's going to be hard, in this order to really know which player, you do and don't have or something like that. So you can see Google Sheets will sort this in alphabetical order for you. So we're going to click that and bam. Google Sheets has sorted this, granted, because of those numbers, it's got those first, but right there, it's got them sorted. Come on, get off of that. It's got them sorted in alphabetical order for you. It did all the work for you. So now we have our sheets right there. You can see the total cards and all of this. So let me take this out. Highlight this. Let's backspace that out. And let me click out this one. And I'm going to clear that one out. There we go. Now, one of the great things with Google Sheets is, let's say something happened and I want to do some more clearing out names and everything, but I don't know, the wife called you, kids called you, something like that. You got a phone call you have to take. So let's go back to the home screen. where all of our stuff is. Like I said, I've got a lot of stuff running in the background, so this computer is running rather slow. And you can see it's right there. I can look at any of my checklists I want. Yes, I do have a lot of checklists. And let's go right here to Wade Boggs. And it's going to be pretty much the same thing. It's just the way I like setting up my Google Sheets right there. So you went on eBay, you found a Wade Boggs card, you put it in there. Boom. There's your cards I have. I've got these highlighted. I have not added the ones yet, but we go back because now you can get back to doing your Hall of Fame relic set or whatever. Right here, post-war Hall of Fame relic set. Let's go back to that. And once it fully loads in, boom, you're right back to work, right back to exactly what you were doing. There's our list. It's still in alphabetical order, everything. Now, this is great, okay? And this is why I use Google Sheets. Some of the advantages to Google Sheets is you can share this right over here. See the share icon? I can share this with my friends. I can tell my friends, hey, if you're going to send me, someone said, hey, I can get some of these cards out here where I'm at really cheap, especially if you're working on player runs. And you can share your list with them and say, hey, anytime you pick up one for me, just click on the row, highlight it in blue for me. Okay, that's cool. You share it. And let's say they get this Willie Mays. We're going to click on that row, come over here to fill color, and boom, they're going to highlight it in blue. So when you look at it, now you know what card they have coming for you. It's just absolutely great to me, the things that you're able to do with Google Sheets. Now, let me clear out of this screen. I need to go back. And there. Now, I hope that wasn't too much for you guys. One of the advantages to using Google Sheets, right here, I've got my phone. And this is probably the biggest reason why I use Google Sheets. All right. Oops. Let me unlock my phone. And right here in my phone, I have a Google icon. And I have the Google Drive app. So I just click on Google Drive. It's a free app. And look at that. It pulled me right into Google Sheets. This is all in my phone. And remember, we were just working on this. So, right. Click that Hall of Fame relic set. Boom. There's my list. If I'm going to a card show or anything, there's my list. This can be done right on your phone. And you can see it's the exact same thing we were just working on the computer. To me, this is the great advantage with Google Sheets. When I bought the cards for my 61 Flair set, I use Google Sheets. Now, if you'll notice, I'm going to try to get this. I don't know how well it's going to pick up. There is an icon. There we go. See the person icon right there? Let me click this. Oops. I just did something I shouldn't have. Okay. Google asks if I want to share this. Right here. Come on. Well, anyway, it's asking if I want Google Sheets to have access to my contacts list. Yeah, there you go. I can click allow and it will immediately allow me to share with people, groups, anything. And by allowing me to share, I denied sharing. But right here at the top, if I know someone I want to share or to a group, I can do that instantly also. So it makes it so much easier especially if you're going to a show. These are all my sheets right here that I've created. There's the Dave Winfield. Right there is 61 Fleer. I'm sorry for the blurriness, but yeah, to me, that's the power of using Google Sheets. And that's something you cannot do with Excel, is the instantaneous sharing. With a lot of people going to national, I still haven't decided if I'm going to national, but I can create a national spreadsheet and put in my friends' names that are looking for cards. And as I come across them, we can all be running a shared Google Sheet spreadsheet. And boom, I can highlight and then type a little note in there through my phone. Hey, the you know, let's say it's, and if you've been to national, you'll know what I mean. Um, I can highlight it for them and put seller 1421, and whoever it is looking for that card instantly knows, okay, somebody in the group found this card and it's at the seller slot 1421. That's, to me, the advantage of Google Sheets. Also, there are ways you can add pictures to it and all sorts of stuff. I just wanted to cover the basics, show you guys how I set up my Google Sheets, and to go ahead and set up a Google Sheet with right here the Hall of Fame relic set. So now all you guys can do this too. It's very simple. Once you've done your first one, it's very easy to do more and more and more. Yes, you can do them with full player runs. You're going to have a very long spreadsheet. Just remember that. So you can just go, like, if me collecting Max Scherzer, I could just go to trading card database and probably copy and paste all 21 pages and clear out a bunch of the junk I don't need and have a full running spreadsheet, if I'm player collecting in that fashion. So there you go, guys. A little bit of information for you. I told you this was going to be a long video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And see, David Ortiz got into the Hall of Fame. Big Papi. Congrats on Big Papi getting in. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Later. Peace.